Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Cleaning with Dave. Today, to quote PC31, we've caught a dirty one. Look at that. This is one of the dirtiest records I've ever had. I think it's actually moving, the stuff on there. I think it's multiplying. It's literally covered in mould. One of the dirtiest records I've ever had, along with this collection of Japanese folk songs performed by the Royal Sound Orchestra, and this collection of musical themes performed by Screen Grand Orchestra, and Best Screen Hits, what's it called? Screen Music Best Album. Also performed by Screen Grand Orchestra. These are what I call closet records. They're records that people find in the back of their closets, having not pulled them out for years and years. One day they decide to clean out their closets and the records come out. They don't have any record player anymore, so they just throw them out onto the internet for sale. And they don't give you very much information about the condition of the record. So you kind of on your own, really. And so you might think, well, why did I take that chance? Well, if we go back to this orange label record here, this is actually an Elvis record, and it's one of the rarest 1970s Japanese Elvis records. It is the Quadradisc version of Promised Land. There's the cover, so it's still got its obi, luckily. And there's the back cover, which you can see is different to the American version. So what am I going to do with this record then, eh? Well, I've got something called a spin clean, and I'm going to put it through the spin clean a couple of times. I may edit in a little bit of footage of me dunking the record in the spin clean, and that probably won't be enough. So what I'll do is I'll take the brushes from the spin clean and rub the brushes around the record on both sides and try and clean it that way. And after all that, if it looks something like a clean record, I'll give it a spin and let you know what it sounds like. I'll let you hear what it sounds like. Okay, well, I've dunked the record 2 times. It still doesn't look clean enough to put on my turntable. So I'm going to take the brush. I'll change the water first, put some more cleaning fluid, some clean water in there, distilled water, and run the brush around the surfaces of the record a couple of times and see if that does any good. I'll be back shortly. Okay, so we've been through the spin clean a couple of times, and I've gone over it once with the brushes. I'll just try and show you what I mean by that. Just basically work the brush around the grooves like that. It's still wet, obviously. I'm just drying it now. Right, it's all cleaned, and it's cleaned up to visually, I would say about a VG+. It's been played a little bit, not too much. Maybe I could dry that a little bit better. So you can see I've managed to get all that mould off it anyway, off the playing surfaces anyway. So all that's left to do now is give it a play, see what it sounds like.
When was the last time you kissed me? Lord, help me walk another mile, just one more mile. Won't you sing me away to a summer night let me hold you in my arms again. I know memory, love is past and I've gone away. From now on, I'll make it very clear. It's getting late and I know that's when I am weak. Baby, your love got a hold on me. If he should ever wake up, be sure your story is straight, love. If you talk in your sleep, don't mention my name. Woke up this morning and I tried to call you, but you weren't there, kinda put me. Let the world call me a fool, but if things are right with me and you.
So what did you make of that then? It sounds a little bit crackly, but the sound is not distorted, and I think it's just gunge. There's still a little bit of gunge in the grooves. It didn't sound like scratches as such. But I suppose I could get a little bit cleaner if I did it once or twice again, but it sounds a lot better than it would have done had I played it before cleaning it. I certainly wasn't going to put a record like that on my turntable. If the mixes sound a little bit unusual to you, it's probably because it's a 4-channel stereo album. I only have a 2-channel stereo system here, but even so, the mixes still sound different. And as for these records here, well, I'm sorry to disappoint fans of the Screen Grand Orchestra everywhere, but these are going in the bin, I'm afraid. Probably not good for my health to keep these things hanging around. So that was the first and hopefully the last episode of Cleaning with Dave. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.